What's happening, everybody? I am sorry we're running a little bit late tonight. I have, had to handle some emergency business on the paid side. All good. Just you got to do what you got to do. And the most important thing is that we are here tonight, another magical Tuesday. And I think most people are feeling good. Markets are looking healthy. If you guys have been tuning in here, and I am not a technical analyst, I'm never going to make predictions about when the market's going to go either direction, but one of the points I try to drive home every time I make a presence anywhere is if we just zoom out or look at a macro perspective of what's going on in the world of cryptocurrency and adoption, it's quite obvious, where we're headed. And this is what I'm trying. This is the point I try to make all the time. And I love, having guys like Coach on here, for example, who is our guest tonight. One of the guests. And to educate or inform those of you who are looking at short-term positions. And if that's your game, if you want to, make money in the short term and learn how to trade, then of course, probably technical analysis is your best tool to do that. But if you're like me, who wants to not be too concerned about the short term movements and is trying to keep an eye on the long term perspective, I keep trying to drive that home that there will be, or there is this supply crunch coming in, right? And we've talked about this on the show before, about just how few Bitcoin are actually circulating. And, one of the things is I was up actually visiting Coach in Bangkok, 2 months ago or something. And we were at his friend's birthday, and the guy runs the largest OTC desk in Thailand. And, I was curious because I don't deal with the OTC world. I was curious just how many of his customers were the type that were buying Bitcoin with the intention of just holding it long term, because that's really what I want to know, right? Is out of all these people who feel like their purchases are too large to buy on an exchange, are they buying these Bitcoin because they believe the long-term value and vision, or are they trading these? And he told me that probably 10 to 15% of the clients at this time were the kind that are buying and holding and putting them away no matter what the price volatility is. And that could give you some perspective on, out of a lot of volume. I mean, in Thailand, we're still not quite there yet as far as the list of countries who are really heavily into crypto. But on a global scale, if we can even say that 10 to 15% of the OTC volume is being locked away in wallets that have no intention of selling, regardless of the price volatility in the short term, you can just imagine that it will not take a long time before there just becomes no more liquidity or no more tokens available on the OTC desks. That means that people will eventually be forced to buy on the exchange, and that's when we see this direct price impact. So I can only imagine, when I woke up yesterday to see this insane pump, Bitcoin, and Bitcoin pumped 15%, and you just don't see that. And what I can't help but to imagine that that somebody or some entity wanted a large amount of Bitcoin, and they probably tried to buy OTC, and the OTC desk probably just didn't have that many to sell them. We've known about this Amazon rumor and speculation for a while, and it doesn't make sense to me that all of this sudden, while I'm sleeping, that all of the retail just decides to buy Bitcoin at the same time. That was a massive green candle, and that has to come from a large entity buying, in my opinion. Nonetheless, it's exciting, and it just feels it feels good to be away from the 20,000s area again, and it just feels good. But we have some people who are more closely dialed into the charts and on more of a micro perspective. You know, Coach K, and we've got Martini Guy coming on in about 20 minutes, and they can give us a bit more details about that from a more micro perspective. But anyway, guys, let's get into it. I want to remind you guys that we have, since we got a pump, and we have more projects that have contributed to our massive giveaway. Again, guys, this is going to be out of control. I'm very excited. I really want to get this to 10 million. Let's make this a $10 million giveaway. I mean, if we get some pumps in the market, it is not unrealistic to believe that these bags, these crypto cases, go to $10 million or something, and that is huge. And I was, this episode tonight is all about. This episode tonight is really, majority is about something that has inspired me and really moved me recently that I've learned about. There's been a lot of hype around Axie Infinity, but why has that been so popular? Well, what's causing that demand? Axie's been around for a while. Why all of a sudden do we have all of this huge demand around it, right? So we're going to go into that. We've got some experts in this space. One of them is JD from AnrkeyX, and they were also kind enough to contribute, even though their token's already trading. Also contributed to the crypto cases. So we can see, AnrkeyX and JD, they just launched the game yesterday or today, and so I expect this to fly. So again, let's just quickly mention everybody, all the projects who are taking part of this massive giveaway. We got Decubate, we got Ojamu, Plutos, Bright Union, Demodify, Creator Chain, Drive, Purify, and guys, we got Sasha from Purify, and Purify is something that we all know is tremendously needed. We got and Sasha will tell you about it in just a second here. We got AnrkeyX. We got this, ladies and gentlemen, is huge. So we've got Yield Guild, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But Yield Guild, hold on, let me just tell you something for a second. Yield Guild games is incredible, and it's again having this conversation with Gabby from Yield Guild games is like really just blew my mind. He's in the Philippines, and it's so amazing how the story of what happened with Axie and what allowed it, whether it was intentional or accidental, something in the way that the wallets and the user accounts are created allowed it to become kind of created in a way where entrepreneurs could basically go out and create scholarships to allow those who don't have any means to enable themselves to play to earn to be involved, right? So in these play to earn games, you must first acquire some of these NFTs that then allow you to go out and start earning, playing to earn. Well, what Yield Guild has done is basically created guilds or basically groups where people will go out and buy these assets and allow their scholars, they're basically the people that they're sponsoring, to go out and access their accounts through the email and password that don't have access to the actual wallet. So they can go out, give them access to go out and play the games, earn revenue. And then they've also created the model that distributes it amongst the people who are providing the scholarships and those who are playing to earn. So it's really incredible. And guys, so this it's really, really, really special. This yield guild contribution, I mean, it is massive, massive, massive. I mean, VCs are out there, guys. Every big VC has been fighting tooth and nail to get an allocation to yield guild games. I mean, you cannot, like, there's and their public sale starts in 35 minutes. And because I was late tonight, I'm actually, I really want to go participate in the public sale. But we won't be done here by that time. So I will be late, but that's okay. You will know about it. And so in 35 minutes, I not financial advice, but Yield Guild, I think, is going to explode. This is huge. Okay, so Houdui, Polytrade, Dot Finance, Ally, Parafinance, Formation Fi, EmiSwap, Omni, and CDs. Thank you guys so much for the contributions. This is going to be huge. So without further ado, let's bring on Sasha so he can tell you all about how their product is enabling enterprise access to DeFi. Sasha, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. You guys have your launch today, and we just did it on Ignition. Yeah, please, Sasha, tell us about Purify. I mean, this is something that, like, in every conversation, we all know that everyone knows that DeFi is makes the traditional investment or even savings account or whatever, DeFi makes the traditional investment mechanisms look ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to put your money in a bond or a mutual fund or bank account, like, you're earning nothing, right? And DeFi, even in the most conservative of opportunities, you can just put your money in stablecoin and, like, earn 10 to 20% APY. And that's, like, the most conservative, easy, stable approach to DeFi. But right now, institutions don't have access because there's certain barriers, right? So maybe you could tell us a little bit more about what Purify is and how you guys aim to solve this problem for institutions.
Sure. First of all, Kyle, excited to be here. Thanks for hosting us. And of course, we're excited. The entire Purify team is very excited to work with Master Ventures. And we just completed the launch on Paid, which went like that. We're launching in about 32 minutes. We're launching the pairs. So we're kind of excited about that. I'm away from the team, but I know everyone's, like, hands busy in the office, controlling everything. Your show is great. We're excited to be here. Purify. What's Purify? Well, it's the future. it's what's gonna enable what we believe a real mass adoption. Because what's mass adoption is when mom and pop start utilizing DeFi or crypto services. And if a normal person wants to go and purchase anything in the fiat world, at some point, they will definitely be questioned where the funds came from. And that is the big issue. That is a big issue that for now slows down mass adoption. I know lots of projects are doing that, but they're building an infrastructure like fiat on ramps. A lot of projects are doing crypto bank cards that people can actually go and use. But what's slowing a true mass adoption is, as you mentioned, like, we need the traditional finance, we need TradFi, we need guys from legacy financial systems, guys who run pension funds, to be able to interact with DeFi protocols. Because first of all, nobody in the old world, I'll call it old world, nobody in the old world, when you put a money in a deposit, you won't get a yield on that, right? In most cases, you'll get negative yield. What's happening in DeFi and what's beautiful is that it really changes the way finances are moved around the world and how people are getting financial services. And in order for banks and traditional institutions, hedge funds, be able to interact with DeFi. And we talk with many entities on weekly basis, on conferences, on offline events. Just received a ton of interest from funds like that to participate in our private round, which, by the way, was successfully closed like this morning. So everyone is looking to come in and DeFi, but what is the actual problem? The problem is that the money that the people are making in DeFi are very difficult to justify for banks and for financial institutions. So essentially, there is an AML risk associated with that. Like, I'm not gonna dive into technical details, not gonna bore anyone listening, but what's really is the obstacle that we need to overcome in order to facilitate the true mass adoption is DeFi. As maybe scary as it will sound, DeFi needs compliance. DeFi need to have certain AML and KYC in place. And I know probably
I just want to clarify something, because guys, yeah. First of all, for those of you watching, I'm a huge advocate of financial freedom, Bitcoin sovereignty, and so I will admit that when I first started looking at the project Purify, it felt awkward to me. I mean, so Sasha, what you're saying is true, but it's true when it comes down to enabling regulated institutions to get involved. For the record, I do not believe that for us, we shouldn't have to, and as an individual, have to give up all of our privacy and tell everybody what we're doing with our money in real DeFi. But what really made me bullish on Purify was the fact that as big as we are in the retail world, there's so much money. I mean, trillions of dollars in institutional money around the world that cannot, from a legal perspective, access the DeFi markets right now. And so, like what Sasha, correct me if I'm wrong, but what you're saying is that basically these kinds of things, what you're building needs to be in place to allow them to take that step into participating in what the world, the DeFi world has been building. And we see like Aave and Compound now building out their protocol to adapt for institutions. And so, you guys, it's protocols like that combined with what you're building that then gives access to these institutions. And that is insane to think about. And that's, guys, that is exactly why, I became so excited about Purify, because as much as I'm anti-government, like in the way that they exist right now, and anti-big banks and things like that, we have to acknowledge that it's a reality, and maybe one day in the future, everything will be decentralized, and we don't need stuff like this. But anyway, that's what it is. And guys, I wanted to tell you that I can't tell you because I don't have permission from either party, but I was on a call last night with one of the largest, one of the largest investors in the crypto space ever. One of his funds, and they were really, they called me to speak about Purify and my thoughts on it, and they really want to get involved. But you guys cannot accept, U.S. investors or funds at this time. So I'm hoping that in the near future we can get them on board, because they see the potential of what you guys are building. So anyway, Sasha, I have to wrap it up with that. But thank you so much for contributing. Really excited for what you're building. And guys, I've spoken to a few projects attempting to do something like this, and I'll tell you, like, none of them convinced me as much as Purify. So I'm excited for what you guys are doing.
Thanks, Carl. We love your support, and yeah, we're heading to the moon together. Yeah, thanks
Go
for clarifying. I didn't know I had a little time to explain what we do. Yeah.
all good, man. Thank you so much. Have a good night, and looking forward to your launch.
Thanks,
Cheers,
guys.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, let's bring on everybody else. JD, what's happening, brother? How you doing?
What's up, my man? I'm doing good, buddy. How are you?
Good, man. How stoked are you right now? I know we've been talking about AnrkeyX for a while now, and now we're going live, man.
I know. Look who's in the building. Yo, I don't have my shades either, man.
Yo, JD, you lost weight, bro. Man,
bro, I haven't been sleeping, man. This is the only thing. The green screen ain't working. That's the only thing that's keeping me up. I'm back in the boots right now, working the night shift with the team.
Man,
it's nuts.
You're in Thailand right now. Shouldn't you just be holding up the Red Bull? That's like we got.
No, I'm back in the States. Unfortunately, COVID hell. Political hell. I mean, get me out of here. I'm leaving in like a day and a half, so I'm back.
I'm coming in 2 days.
Trust
I'm going
me.
to the US.
Cancel your flight, yo. Cancel.
No way, flight. Bro.
Yeah, no, I'm
no way.
Right now.
Wait till you come back to the curfew and the fact that you can't order food past 8 o'clock.
Oh no, I picked a new destination, my friend. It's called Istanbul for the next 3 weeks. That's where I'm working from.
All right, that's not so bad.
Don't you love our business, right? We can work anywhere. Yep. It doesn't
work
matter.
Anywhere in the world, baby.
Yeah, that's Thailand, they're getting hit, so it's all good. Istanbul is fully open. I love Istanbul. We have a big Turkish community, so we're gonna be doing events there. It's cool. All good.
Okay. All right, let's dive into this because we got to get into it. So JD, okay, so tonight, like, okay, first of all, like I was saying before, I had a very inspiring past few days. I really got to understand what all the hype and excitement is about play to earn and blockchain games, and like, speaking to the guys at Yield Guild Games, and then this new project that we just started incubating, which is Pocket Arena. They like, it's such an amazing opportunity for people to be able to play games and earn. And I know that, like, JD, you've had this foresight, to be able to. You saw this coming. I mean,
1 year, my friend. You guys know that 1 year now is like our anniversary.
I remember being at Sushi on Copenhagen and like sitting with the Moon Carl and Crypto and like and seeing if they wanted to go in like $5,000 into your pre-seed, early round, and that a year ago, man. So
do you were our first, right? You were our virginity. Yes.
Nice.
There we go. You were the first believer, my friend. Man, long time. Yeah, I mean, I'm grateful, man. We look, Axie's been doing it for 4 years. They're absolutely incredible. They're traditional blockchain gaming, right? With all the extra stuff. But we were pretty much the first one to see this vision of the whole decentralized finance gaming, right? As well as with the development engine, which we'll be launching that at the end of this year. We're already 60% built for our DeFi, DApp, and NFT development engine. And that, like, I don't know, man, we just saw the future, right? We saw the future of decentralized finance through gaming in simple and fun ways for people to participate within these crazy financial products, right? Yeah. So, I mean, last night, if you go look at our Twitter right now, I sent it to you guys in the chat. We had a 5-year-old playing our game. I called it, man. Literally, one of the parents taught his 5-year-old to play our game. A 5-year-old playing a decentralized finance gaming, bro. What world is this? Isn't that nuts?
Well, we just heard about this 12-year-old or whatever making 160 grand, right? Like, this is, I mean, dude, why? Like, there's no need to like when you're 12 years old and you can make more money than most people have a college degree make in 4 years or 5, like 3 years, like. Why would you go do this? What?
The light bulb went off. Like, wait a minute.
There's no need, man. Like, we're living in like a creator's economy. I mean, that's what we've been focused on, is the creator's economy, where anyone, anytime, anywhere has financial freedom, economic opportunities that's fully democratized, right? To do anything. That's what the world should be, except, it hasn't been. But now with blockchain, you cut out all the middlemen, centralized authorities, market manipulation, everything, And with our games, we're true, actual free to play. Like literally, it almost doesn't cost anything to earn in our game, other than staking an LP token for $5 or $10. You could literally farm and play games for free to earn NFTs that give you yield boosts and sell them or stake them every week for free.
So if in a game like Axie, for example, you need first to acquire Axie, and then you're out there doing work and like actually playing the game, and then you're earning SLP, and that enables or basically creates a bit of a barrier to entry for people.
$1,400 barrier.
Yeah, so it's not small, that's for sure. So now it's becoming, it's created a model where and in the state that we are in the world right now, the crazy messed up world where jobs disappeared for most people on the planet, this is enabled, like literally, there's two things that I think exploded in COVID. One was like OnlyFans, and the other is NFT.
You said it, not me.
People,
exactly.
It's like,
true.
People have no way to make money, so they're sitting at home all day long. And what are they going to do? Like this is, you're literally like providing a mechanism for people in the Philippines. Someone can earn between 100 to 200 or even 300% of their average Filipino salary by playing Axie. So JD, in AnrkeyX, like, what is the, so you could just go on and you basically, so it's like $5 or $10 barrier to entry. Does that change when the value of AnrkeyX goes up?
Never. We spent months and months and months, and Coach will know, because like we had to shut stuff down for a bit. Our economics, man, like I'm not joking. We spent months, 5 hours a day, just working on math. And the way we do it is the AnrkeyX acts as a proxy within all our reward system. The pricing of all our assets, right? Cost of goods, which is the NFTs in our game economy, and then the rewards, the yield that you earn. So it always fluctuates, right? So the only thing that's good is actually when the price of AnrkeyX grows, the value grows of the yield, right, as well. So, but the way we structure the game, it's always going to be free to play. We're a firm believer in that. I mean, you can look at right now, millennials in the US, right, one of the richest countries in the world, still only spend, casual gamers, a big subset of 2.8 billion, still only spend $90 a month on free games, right? So we're trying to enable everyone pure democratic opportunities to come in and play DeFi NFT gaming, right? And we have a bunch of fun side scroller games, our Galaxy shooter game that the kids, as you can tell, are loving. People are they've been sitting there. It's like, dude, Vietnam has blown up for us, our community. I mean, it's not even funny. Go look at our new Vietnam chat. They are like 1,000 chats an hour. They're crazier than our 22,000 Telegram community. Our Discord's off the chain. It's nuts.
So the game, it's Battle Wave 2023.
Yep, 23.
And so that's live, up and running right now, right?
Correct. Come join and play. All you gotta do is go to battlewave2323.com.
This is it, right?
This is part of we have a few different types of games. We have battle games, and then we have our Galaxy shooter games right here. So we have free NFTs. Yeah, it's pretty epic, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, one of the things that I was so impressed about, that was just all the artwork and like the whole like even your background right now, that whole theme is epic. So I mean, Coach, Coach, have you got involved? I mean, obviously, like, okay, so full transparency, everybody. Like we're all involved in AnrkeyX, right? Like, so like, Coach, I think Coach actually introduced me to JD. Well, I've known JD for longer than. Yeah, but I mean,
reintroduced you to JD.
Reintroduced you with a stronger bond. Yes.
Yeah. So full transparency, like, we're definitely biased, of course, but
no, we're not. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but our game is legit, so everyone can see that.
Yeah, it's been a long process, right? And I think that good things come to those who wait. And if you were waiting for a long time and like, why isn't it coming? It's because we wanted to make sure it was done right, man. Like everyone always wants in crypto, done now, tomorrow, moon tomorrow. But it's like, can you build something that fucking works awesome first, please? Like ever, You want to look at a chart that looks healthy? Look at Anarchy's chart. Like, yeah, it came down with the dump, but it came back and play to earn. Guys, you look at Axie, Splinterland, Zeal, Guild Games, all the stuff that's going to be paid, get paid to play. You are all going to see those moon because the kids playing Roblox are going to find out that they can actually make real money, not Roblox money, by playing another game, which is kind of similar. And like, look at this. My kid plays a game where he climbs up a hill in Roblox and jumps off and falls down, and he makes money in Roblox money. Imagine he could just do that in a blockchain game and get paid for it if he broke more bones. You know what I mean? So this is the stuff I'm looking at. I'm going, I don't really care about the money aspect because I don't want to turn my kid into like a money machine because I don't really need him to do that. But I can see the benefits of that. Just like, if you're going to play a game, why don't you get something for it? Yeah, I think that's really the big part is like you put a lot of time and effort and hours into this shit and you never get anything and they ask you always to pay them. Well, this is going to really mess with that model up now because it's like, no. If you want to pay, you can to make more money, but that's the only reason you have to pay.
Yeah, get this stat, right? Speaking about it, $180 billion last year in the gaming market. 95% was in-game assets that Fortnite, all the games sold, and the users who participated, utilized, earned zero. Just imagine, like, it's insane. Totally insane. Plus the billions of dollars that, as you guys just saw with the Amazon, the social token, right? With the middleman, the fees. So companies have to price their assets, in-game assets higher. Users have to spend more money, all because of the middleman. Now it's purely democratic, man.
This is what I love about when I just have conversations with people here at House of DAO or like at a conference or whatever, we're just shooting the shit and like talking about whatever. It's when you get into what's possible with like blockchain and decentralization and these models, it often turns into like a paradigm shifting kind of consciousness. Like my ideal situation, the perfect world, in my opinion, at least maybe not a perfect world, but a world that's hell of a lot better than right now, is a world where a decentralized governance model, DAO structure, actually becomes one that governs nations, right? And this is why, like, I'm really bullish on people like Peter Thiel and Patrick Friedman, who are working on like charter cities and trying to find some way that we can, actually have voluntary kinds of governance where right now it's messed up, man. I was born in the United States. And so therefore Uncle Sam tells me that I owe you taxes, even though I haven't lived in your country for 5 years.
Amen.
It is.
I haven't made it.
Amen to being Canadian and not having that bullshit.
Yeah.
And the most ludicrous, the most ludicrous thing is that like, it's not, they don't have any type of accountability to the citizens. It's like, you were born here, bitch, and now you're going to be my bitch. Like you don't even have the opportunity to say, I choose to voluntarily leave. It is a nightmare to go through the exit process. Yep. And if you happen to be American, by the way, when you leave, asshole, and they're not even, they're very mean about it. You owe me half of everything that you have. And by the way, everything that you do for the next 10 years, you're also going to have to pay us back as well. So anyway, back to like this paradigm shifting ideal is like, in a world where we could have governments that actually compete for their citizens, right? So you weren't born open borders. And this is ultimately where I imagine we could go one day when these structures become efficient enough. And we're starting to see that exactly with blockchain games and how it's enabling, like you said, a whole different paradigm shift in the way that the games are monetized and the way that people can earn. And anyone who watches anything from me on my Twitter or whatever can see Ultra. I've been a huge fan of Ultra, and it's like, it's been also focused on the ability for in-game assets and also for people to remove middlemen, earn to test games and things like that. But anyway, I could just sit here and preach for hours. So let's get back into what we're talking about. Martini guy, welcome, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I've just finished filming today's video, hence why I'm a little bit late.
What was it about?
Today, well, I had to do a faster one because so it's just a normal kind of Bitcoin analysis, and things look good. That's how I'd describe the markets at the moment. I would say things look good. There's just a lot. You know, when we were going downwards and kept going downwards just in slow increments, we just reverse doing that now. We're just going upwards in slow increments, and that's buying pressure. Will be a big liquidation candle at some point, but for now things look good.
Well, I mean, if you looked at yesterday on Binance on futures at the $48,000, everyone got liquidated hilariously.
What's your thoughts on the market at the moment, Mr. Coach Cray? I am interested to know what you think.
Honestly, on the lower time frames, it's definitely flipped bullish on all my indicators. All my bots right now, there's like 13 or 14 trades. They are scalping bots, so this could be short term, but they're all long, and usually 12 hours to 24 hours it follows that, but that's never a guarantee. But looking at it from just the technicals, like the markets woke up, but I'm not bullish on the high time frame yet because there's no reason to be yet. It's easy for us to get
There's always a reason to be bullish on the high time frame. It's called being positive. And
yeah, well, okay, fine, yeah. But what I'm thinking is, I think we're gonna reject the Kumo bottom. We're gonna come slide down a bit, and then I think we're gonna get a real we're gonna make a higher low, which is normal because we had a really like 7 straight days of bullishness. We're going to have a pullback. It's normal. Almost every time we go 7 days, we had a pullback within the 8th or 9th day. So we'll have a pullback probably to like 35. And then I think we'll kind of go sideways and then pop back in the cloud, which should be around 33 to 35 is where I'm thinking. So I'm not thinking we're going to go lower right now. There's nothing to indicate that will happen. But again, I don't really take weekend volume like we saw to heart, because I don't know who's actually the one buying, unless it's actually like Michael Saylor or someone buying on his own account, because those guys don't buy OTC. They just don't buy OTC. They don't buy on the market. They only buy OTC because there's no reason to buy $10 million worth of Bitcoin or even 5 million or even one, not OTC. You pay more money if you buy it off the market.
What do you think? But Coach, what do you think about this idea of like, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I feel like at a certain point, if you want to buy enough Bitcoin, you're just not going to find it OTC. Like you know, if let's say that Amazon wanted to come in and buy $5 billion of Bitcoin, you're not going to find that OTC probably.
They will. It just won't be right away. And the thing is, like institutions, they don't care. Like Apple or Amazon or anything, they don't care if it takes them like a year to fill up what they want to get. They don't care if it takes a year to buy in the buy zone that they want to buy in, or they don't even care if they don't buy at all until the actual buy zone comes in. So for them,
would argue against this.
You think so? You really think so?
I would argue against this just because I think that everyone gives institutions far too much credit for being smart when they know better than us. They know less than us. In fact, we sit and watch this shit every single day. And they're
just unemotional. They just don't have emotions because they're not really using their own money. So when they put $100 million into a trade, they don't give a shit. They really don't care. They're not emotionally attached to what they're doing. Whereas a normal retail trader, if they put in more than they can afford, they get really, out of their sorts, and they're the ones who do it. Institutions have to follow rules or they'll get fired from their job. So like, if you make a risk rule where you're like no more than 3% can ever be lost in a single trade, that can never be broken. And if it is, something had to break or you're fired. Like that's just how it works. So I mean it more from the fact that they're not emotionally trading. They're trading based off of like their thesis and their strategy, and they don't really care about all this other stuff. But if I'm buying OTC, I even buy OTC. Like if I want to buy $100,000 of Bitcoin, why would I buy it off market, pay a spread of $40, $50, which is what you usually will if you buy it from one single exchange, unless you go to FXF when it's open, and then there's 10 Bitcoin right on that actual number, you're going to pay a spread. So OTC is great because you're like, you lose 1% sometimes, but you're buying a larger amount. So 100,000 is not a great example. Maybe 100,000 ADA or something like that. But the idea is that when you buy OTC, you're trying to set a price that you want. And when it hits your price, you get a phone call and you just send the money and then they send you the crypto.
You know what I thought? And on Jordan's point, like
he's right too, though. I'm not disagreeing with you, Jordan, at all. I'm just saying that most of the institutions are happy to wait 6 months, a year longer because they have money there anyway. So it doesn't really affect their day to day. So that's why they're not in a rush.
Needs to fix his bottom line, right, on the first quarter to raise that. Yeah, there's still Doge and everything, and there you go.
You know what I was thinking, like we had this with the speculation about Amazon, and I almost felt like they didn't understand that the crypto market observes everything. People are just sitting at home all day, picking apart every single wallet, following everything everywhere. And maybe they didn't anticipate that their job description ad actually having people speculate that they were going to be accepting Bitcoin. Maybe they were planning to get involved, and they decided, well, let's hire someone first to come in and give us some insight about this. And so they put the job out. Someone drew the conclusion and speculation that they're going to be buying. Market pumps. Jeff Bezos is like, oh shit, there goes our buying opportunity at 30. quick, make an announcement that we have no plans. Let's get the price back down because we didn't realize what kind of impact we might have. I mean, it was just weird that they made this comment to me. I mean, why? Why would you go out and say that oops, we fucked up. We didn't know we were going to pump the price so much. That's. Yeah.
On this whole point, I'm going to a party tomorrow with the guy that actually wrote the guy that wrote the original article for that news breaking, the City AM journalist. It's a City AM party, so I'm going to meet that guy tomorrow. So I'll be able to update you very, very soon as to the actual legitimacy of that original article, as to where this insider came from, and who I can't tell you who the insider is, probably, because I probably won't get told that, but. Allegedly all came from an insider that works for Amazon, didn't it? But then
anyone can go on to Reddit, write up a bunch of really random, crazy crap, and when you're right, everyone's like, "Oh my god, this person's like a genius." It's what I see all the time, man. They're like, "Oh my god, this person was a genius," but usually it's like they were talking about something completely different, and it's coincidental. Like, I could go do this right now. So could Kyle. So could all of us. We could just go and be like, "Yeah, man, on this date." In 2023, this shit's gonna be crazy, something crazy, and all of a sudden Bitcoin dumps on that day, and you're like, "Whoa, see, I told you." It's like, come on, man. Really, come on. The market tells us what's happening before it happens on the chart almost every single time. It's like it starts to pump, then news comes, and you can see that today. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Amazon." Well, I looked for 5 days, and there was pumping going on for 5 days straight. So the Amazon thing was like after the fact, like, you know what I mean? So someone starts spreading a rumor, and then people pick up on it, and they start spreading it, and more people start speculating on Bitcoin now. And so they guess, okay, Bitcoin probably go up if Amazon buys, so they go buy Bitcoin. So price keeps moving up. And then more and more people keep saying, no, it's real. It's a real insider. It's just like marketing, man. When you do marketing legit, the same thing. This is awesome. This is awesome. Look how cool this is. This is awesome. You keep hitting them over and over and over again. So when they see on the internet, on their websites, on all this stuff, they keep seeing that same thing, then it's good because they keep seeing it and people start associating it as being great. That's how marketing works. So, I mean, that's why I say marketing is more important than the project a lot of the time, because how you sell it matters more to the retail investor than actually what the hell your technology does. Fact.
Let's
95% of crypto, but yeah, I have a quick thought. Like, so I think right now we have more traditional money pumping into the markets in blockchain than ever, more actual mass adoption, right? We actually, and it's really most of it's within the gaming and NFT space. We have never had companies like Twitter, like that scale, take blockchain technology, create the product and launch it and go to market ever. We've had use case, right, with all the Ripple back years ago, right? Still testing fucking, supply chain and all this stuff. Like they're like, you saw Andreessen Horowitz, the fund, $3 or $5 billion third fund, focused purely on obviously infrastructure. The biggest thing they said, guess what? Gaming and NFTs, it's the future.
Yep.
It is. $200 million NFT fund by Fox. What are we talking about?
Go look up Axie's numbers of users. Yeah. It's like almost 1 million now. It's like 400,000 users in the last 6 weeks or something. Insane. Like there's games that you probably play that you paid $60 for that don't have that many gamers, dude. Like that's legit.
So, what I was thinking, like when the market crashed, I'm like, I don't even give a crap about it because I've never seen so much mass adoption and money pumping. Even look at the FTX, right? 900 million. Like I'm just waiting for it to just go, I mean, just like explode because of the sentiment of what's really going on. You know what I mean? That's what I found really interesting.
Jordan,
that's what I'm like, I don't care. Like, big deal. Like,
gaming will bring all of the people that weren't in crypto or were curious about crypto that are young into crypto because they can make money. So now they find, wow, this is something I can earn, something I can value. Even if it's like $20 a week, they'll still probably do it at the start. But then that enters them into crypto. And now all of a sudden they know how to use wallets. They understand how to do transactions. They understand how to find their IDs and their stuff on chain. Guess what they do then after that? They find out, oh crap, there's this thing called Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin's very similar to this game that I'm playing and I use cryptocurrencies in. I bet you I can buy it with this asset that I learned in this game. Oh crap, I can sell this asset for my Bitcoin and a wrapped Bitcoin or wrapped Ether or whatever. And they start to realize this stuff, and the actual adoption will come without even really doing anything. That's when adoption really happens, when it's not forced. It just happens. This is what we're seeing with Axie right now, live. It's happening without us forcing it. It happened almost out of nowhere.
Jordan, what were we going to say?
I was.
You're trying to get something in there, huh?
Sorry. And then he froze.
Okay. So I want to I want to dive into a little bit about, well, I guess I already did, but one of the things, guys, okay, for everyone, make sure that you've liked this and you've shared it and subscribed, because this giveaway you can only win if you're subscribed and you like it. And also because of this whole blockchain gaming thing, because we got contributions from AnrkeyX and from Yield Guild Games and our upcoming project, Pocket Arena. Like, I was inspired. I was inspired. And so what we're going to do with this giveaway, and I hope that we hit a $10 million mark, because what I want to do, things like Yield Guild Games allow, like I said, people to play, or AnrkeyX allows you to play and earn, right? But not everybody has access to a device. So what I want to do, and guys, also, if you want to be part of this giveaway, make sure you go check out the description below, because there's a link to a GLEAM campaign that we have, and you can just click that, and that's one of the ways that you can participate in this giveaway. The other one is just simply comment, like, subscribe. Where did Jordan go? Is he coming back? Yeah, here he is. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this giveaway is, when it pumps like hell and it's worth a tremendous amount of money, we're going to actually contribute 20% of it to charity. And what I would like to do, and what we will do, we will probably give. And if you guys have any suggestions of charities that we should contribute to, please put them in the comments below. And what we'll ultimately do is leave it up to the community to vote on what ones that we contribute to. But for sure, I want to do a lot of this to acquiring devices that we can hand out and go give them away to underprivileged communities that can't afford even the device. So this can be game changing for, there's a lot of, as we know, like, if you guys, there's so many super poverty stricken communities around the world that really need access to things like this. This has literally saved so many people, especially in the Philippines, and now expanding out as people find out about it. But it's an amazing opportunity for people to create an income. And another project that I just started working with that I'm really excited about is something called Forward Protocol. And it's a decentralized education platform that allows a whole new paradigm shift when it comes down to education. And one of the things that I strongly believe in is that every child on the planet should have access to education, should have access to learn the things that they want to learn about. And so if in our giveaway, and all these amazing projects that are contributing to this, if we can put devices in the hands of people that cannot afford them, think about how much that can change the life. Not only can they then earn revenue from playing these games, but they can also get an education and learn, and just by having a device in their hand and connectivity to the internet. So that's really exciting, and that was something that I was inspired this week from, and so that's I got super excited about that. Let's talk about creator coins, guys, because this is another thing. Jordan, I see you shaking your head. Like, Raoul Pal, I have no idea which video this is. I think maybe it's this one. Is it this one?
For the next 12 months, what would it be? It'd be Ethereum.
No, this is Ethereum. Okay, let's try this one.
Disney. How many fans does Disney have? What is their community? I would guess billion people, maybe 2, maybe 3. How does Disney access their fans right now? What tokens do is give them direct access to those fans, because you now have a relationship where that token is the currency of the Disney world. So I can buy things, and if I happen to be a currency owner, I can get things that are discounts. I can get certain access. I might get to see the film a week early. As a token holder, I now share in the economic benefits of that community. So if the community becomes more valuable, then I make more money. My token goes up. It's an asset. So culture becomes an asset that you can invest in.
Coach, rumor has it that you're creating a Coach coin. Is that true?
It is. It's pretty much almost done. Everything is pretty much ready. And yeah, like everyone's been asking me, like, Coach, I want to learn how to trade. Coach, I want to learn how to do this and do that. And can you do webinars? And can you do one-on-one sessions? And I was like, why don't I just like do this in a way that benefits all of you? I was like, why don't I do it in a way that if like you guys buy stuff, that it goes back into something that you're holding. So I was like, let's make Club Token, and with raises, like, because I have raises and I have courses and webinars, and we have a merch store that we created so like people can make their own cool merch in there, and basically trying to give more utility to my token than most of the projects have, which it does have more utility than 90% of the projects I actually have seen. So the idea was like it's true, right? Like everything that happens in my club will always have some benefit for them. And then the money that we make buys back the token and goes into a wallet, which they will get to choose whatever happens. So it won't really need me at any point. It will actually just be a DAO where everyone can just decide what happens. And like, every single time we do a sale, we have some fees, and using some of those to also give back and also have lotteries and stuff for fun and have poker nights. And so the idea is really to make a community. And the most important thing in crypto is your community. So why not take that concept of like, Launchpad that I was basically doing and add all the other great stuff that I do and kind of make it so that as everyone participates and learns, that they also benefit, because I'm not the one making the money. They're, as a collective unit, all making money, because I don't need their money, So it's like you invest in yourself, let's say like $100 or $500 into a course, right? But that money is going back into your pocket, most of that money, right? So that way there's an actual a supply flow model, which makes sense, because the problem with most tokens is you don't need them. So if you actually make it so you need to hold it to get access to all of those different things I'm talking about, you're probably going to buy and hold the token because it actually has a use. You save money, you get education, you have access to people you want access to, and you get to be part of an awesome community of great people that are lots of smart crypto, OGs and developers and stuff. So that's kind of the concept of these social tokens. And mine happened because people wanted it to happen. And everyone wanted to be a part of my community, and I just can't do it. Like
everybody wants Coach. Everybody wants Coach. Coach,
I don't give a shit about that. I just don't have time. Like, I want to give people the attention that they need.
Jordan, what about you, man? I mean, like you're covering, all the time news, and I focus a lot on Bitcoin, but like there's so much outside of Bitcoin that's going on. Like I got really inspired by BitClout, right? It's all about creator coins, and it gives people a really easy platform to do their own creator coin. And then we're looking at Omni and like things like that we've been working with. And it's so interesting to see the foresight that, anyone in blockchain games or creator coins, had seen when they started building this, a year plus ago. Jordan, are you getting involved in any of these things? And like, what's your opinion on, both blockchain games and creator coins?
I think Coach has got balls going it alone and making his own coin, because that's not something that I could ever be asked with, because you've got the whole hassle of maintaining everything all the time and making sure that you're actually doing your job. And if you don't do your job, people get annoyed at you. And that's not something that I'm interested in. The actual concept of, I like what BitClout does. There's all this speculation that is it a bad or is it a good? I don't know. I've not done any research about BitClout, but I like the idea that you can invest in something that is attached to a community's value, and it's very easy to predict that a community will grow, and as a community will grow, if more people invest from that community in that thing, the price of it will rise. So it's free money for everybody. The only problem is then exit liquidity. And then you end up with communities dumping and people getting exposed. So, for example, I might make a video about some guy, they call him a scammer, expose the hell out of him, his creator coins start dumping like crazy. Could I short that? That would be fantastic if I could short and make exposing videos at the same time.
It happens in the governments in Wall Street every day. So what's the difference?
Yeah. There's no difference. That's why everyone thinks it's different. You know, it's like they're like, oh, well, if it's regulated, this won't happen. You're like, actually, yeah, but there's just consequences now. That's the only difference. And if they don't get caught,
the traditional just happened in our market with Elon Musk. Look what happened. Then China just jumped right back in and started seeding out 3-year-old news about regulation just to suppress it even more.
And then ban all the miners.
Yeah, and then ban all the miners. Good, perfect timing. All this was random, right? Nothing there. Elon Musk wasn't shorted billions of dollars on his bottom line, right? And didn't use that money to then fill it back up to keep his price bigger in the stock market, right? No, that never happened.
So are you guys, Jordan or Coach or JD, you guys looking at any creator coin projects or blockchain games that you've been investing in lately, or
there's Omni. I don't know to what extent that does creator coins, but it's certainly a social media platform. It'd be interesting to see how it goes, because I've seen a lot of social media platforms in crypto come and go over the years, and not a single one has successfully executed it. So it'll be interesting. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if they execute it perfectly or not. The point is to make money in the meantime. And so far, that coin's been going actually really well. It's been very successful.
And they're also implementing. I don't remember exactly what it is, but they're also implementing some sort of BitClout like feature with the bonding curves and making it easier for people to create their own creator coins in their own communities. I think that's quite interesting. So so Jordan, you got in Omni. I also know there's some really big announcements there with some huge like non-crypto, A-list celebrity kinds of agencies. So that's exciting. Anything else as far as how about blockchain games? Jordan,
there's a new one, not yield games, but called Splinterlands. I don't know if you've heard of that one. It's similar to like Axie in a way, where it's like you had those characters and you got the card. It really feels like you're playing like what's that, Settlers of Catan or something. Like a lot of these games on blockchain, they feel like those card games you play like on a board game, which is fun for like once you figure out how to actually do stuff. I just find it really difficult to play them because I was just trying to figure it out how to show my kids. And I was like, I have no idea how to win. Like, you have to actually spend time to learn how to play it properly first. But I think that's the fun in all, because like you can make money learning how to play something where I pay $70 for my EA Sports games. They don't give me shit. I just get to talk shit to people online and tell them they suck at Madden and shit. It's great.
I don't know. I don't know how. The creator coins as a thing is something that will be successful in years to come. The gaming stuff, I'm interested in. Fortnite has managed to stay relevant for a very long time. I don't think all blockchain games will. Axie Infinity won't. It'll be gone in 3 months, 4 months time. It'll just go like the rest of them, and then the liquidity will move to the next game. But it'd be interesting to see which game that moves to, or if Axie Infinity then start building on what they've already got. I don't actually understand. From what I've seen, everybody that plays Axie Infinity, it seems to be very much pay to play. So you've got to have money in order to be good at the game, because you've got to buy your way through the levels and stuff. So it doesn't work for poor people. And I think that an actual blockchain game that will work and allow people in third world countries to play a game that pays them more than what a builder earns in their country. That's how society starts leveling out, by paying people in other countries that play these games actually more than what the living wage is in their country.
You know what? There's a really cool game called Battle Wave 2323 by AnrkeyX that does that, and it's free to play. Couldn't help it. That was the perfect time. It doesn't cost $1,400 to play. You can play for $5 or $10, man, and earn. Before you got on, we last night, we launched the day before. We crashed our Polygon bridge, because we had over 100,000 transactions in less than 2 hours on our RPC ETH network thing. We crashed that bridge. We crashed the P network bridge from Binance Smart Chain to AnrkEX, going back to Ethereum. We crashed that. And we have kids now playing our games, man. It's unreal. It costs no money almost to play. They have kids sitting there all around day, families. You can just go on our Telegram and just see all the videos of people. They're just sitting hours all day.
Wow, you guys want to see this is messed up, man. Look at let me just show you something real quick. I just want to I just want to check out the public sale for Yield Guild games. It started 15 minutes ago. It probably sold out. Let's see if we can see what the last transaction was. Doesn't give you time, but look at this guy bought $4.5 million. Like, they should have put a cap on this. Come on, there was 32 participants. They raised $25 million.
What?
This thing, they raised, I think it's 25. I think it was $25 million or something. But this last wallet here bought $4.5 million worth of this at public sale. And this is Yield Guild Games. They're launching. I believe the market cap when they goes to market should be something along the lines of $500 million or something is what
when
we
they
can
launch.
expect. Yeah, which
Jesus.
is I think tonight.
How are you
maybe?
gonna make money doing that?
It's well because this like the Yield Guild Games is exactly why this is going to be so big, because it allows people that don't have the money up front to get into these games. And I was asking them earlier, is a game like Axie Infinity scalable? At what point? Because it kind of seems like almost like Ponzi-nomics. Like where does the money come from to pay out everybody who's playing this game? Well, it comes from people buying more NFTs to allow them to play. So at some point, you have to wonder, does it top out?
Well, I mean, how could it's not democratic? Let's be honest. It's then consolidated. It's the same problem like you have in America, where all the power and the money goes to the top 1% who holds all the assets and the capital. So it's going to keep everyone else poor and everyone else rich. I mean, let's just be real. It's the same exact model. It's a concentrated of power. It's concentration of power and money. That's what it's literally that. I'm sorry, but it is. It's supposed to be blockchain and fucking democratic, but it's not. It's truly not. True free to play. I'm not even saying us. Anyone else who is true free to play should allow anyone to come in and have the same exact opportunities, right? Any opportunity that rewards people with time and effort and skill, as opposed to capital. That's what blockchain. That's what Bitcoin stands for. Like, I mean, that's what AnrkeyX. You guys know my whole spiel. AnrkeyX literally stands for. Like, Satoshi launched a digital rebellion, literally against the fucking world after the 2008 crash, because of the same principle, right? And then the key, I spell it because of decentralized finance, owning your own. You know what I mean? So like, it goes against that, man. There needs to be democratic opportunities for people to play, and it's gonna be harder to have scalability.
We got to wrap this up, but I want to know. I want to know one thing from each of you, and the answer cannot be AnrkeyX or Coach Coin.
Can it be a merge of AnrkeyX and Coach Coin, Coach?
What project are you really excited about right now, and what's the price of Bitcoin at the end of the year?
Oh yeah, I'm excited about two projects right now, actually.
Okay,
I'm excited about a lot more than that, actually, but two of them that are sticking out. I'm looking now into like the ecosystems that haven't really got a lot of crap in them yet, like just not like millions of projects. So I looked in like ADA, see like projects like Meld and World Mobile seem to be massive projects doing very different things, like the ISPO and stuff. How they're raising capital and how they're distributing capital. Like it's very slow. I like these slower, longer term projects. They seem to have really big, grand visions. They seem to take a lot of like the identity on the blockchain and mobile networks and fixing it up. So those are sexy, man. Honestly, check into those. Like Meld is Aave, basically. So if you want to compare it. And I'm excited for those two for sure.
And Bitcoin at the end of the year?
End of this year? Oh man, I'm gonna go with like 29,000.
Wow.
I have no idea. I don't know right now. No one knows. You think if anyone could tell you in 6 months where the fuck price Bitcoin will be? Well, good for them. I don't trade on that high time frame, man. I trade on like the daily. Yeah, like people will hate that, but the reality is, unless we get above the cloud, which is above 48, which is what I told people for the last 2 months, when we get above 48 and we stay above 48 and we actually break higher, we don't make a gigantic right shoulder or something, then I'll be like, okay, we're good, you know. But right now, what I'm seeing is the market is not in a point of decide. It has to either go up now or it's going to come back down. So my personal opinion is that we're going to be around $30,000 by the end of the year. Unless we have that breakup. And that's the truth. Making a prediction of 100K like everyone else, no one fucking knows. They're going to be right, and they're going to say, yeah, I'm right, because they guessed.
I
Good
know.
for you.
Well, of course.
You do? Okay, go.
Yeah.
JD, what about you?
Project I really love is Boson Protocol. They're fascinating, man. Really fascinating. They're, utilizing a lot of stuff from Ocean, right? So it's all about Web3 data layers. They're also using NFTs for like escrow accounts and vouchers and stuff for commerce. And then they extract the data, right? I mean, it's very 20 years ahead. Let's just be real. I think it's like, we're not even ready for that shit, but it's awesome. I find it fascinating. Bitcoin, I don't know. I mean, with where we're at already, and then what I see with all the capital markets of traditional markets pumping in, I'm thinking at least 80 if we come back. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Boson's
disclaimer if we come back. But yeah, 80.
Boson's interesting. It is. I completely understand what you mean about it's like way ahead. I had a chat with the CEO like when they were still raising, and like I couldn't even get him to give me like an example of a use case where it made any sense.
Exactly.
But there was so many people that I respected talking so highly about it that I just FOMO'd into it anyway. So I still bought a good amount into the private sale, and fingers crossed. Jordan, what are you interested in right now, man?
What about JD's price though? I want to know if JD's.
Yeah.
He's 80.
I think 80 if we get there.
Okay. 80 if we don't get there, where are we going? 20?
80.
No, I'm like 50. I think it's 80. I am so bullish on traditional markets right now in mass adoption in blockchain because of NFTs, gaming, and now you see the decentralized. Look, fucking Jack Dorsey says he wants to launch DeFi dApp builders on Square, right? What's going on here?
Jordan, what about you, man?
Like,
I've got 2 projects that I like, one of which is Paid Network, actually, because it looks like it's bottomed. The price has been dead for a while now, so I've been accumulating that at like around 25 cents.
Well done.
And then the other one is I invested $250,000 into Exceed Me and $250,000 into Umbrella Protocol. And both of those 2 projects I know are gonna moon. So that's why I spent 250 grand on coins, because I know that they're gonna go up. It's not a case if I think that they're gonna go up. I know that they're gonna go up. So yeah, that's my thoughts on those 2. Why are they gonna go up? Well, because Exceed Me's got a bunch of stuff coming out, gaming, NFT, blockchain thing.
Yeah, they're cool. They're one of our partners. They were like our 3rd partner when we launched, was Exceed Me.
Well, I'm their biggest holder.
And price at the end of the year?
Price at the end of the year for Bitcoin, I still think we'll pop 100K.
Yeah, baby.
At some point before the end of the year, I still think we'll do it. And Mr. Coach K Crypto is looking at me thinking I'm an idiot now.
I don't think you're an idiot. If we get above 48, if we break above them, the technical analysis goes bullish on the daily. I will agree with you. But until that point, as the trader in me goes, no, I'm not going to make a call like that. I said from like 3 years ago, 87.
Okay.
That's where I'm looking.
Okay, that's it.
So if we get there, awesome. If not, we don't. But the reality is, we don't know. None of us can know. Kyle, what's the end of the year? What are you going to say?
I'm always overly optimistic, right? But I think that I think that we're going to have. I really strongly believe that it's a ticking time bomb, and I just. And I think that we're going to start. It's going to be this severe supply crunch, and I just don't know what it's going to happen, but I feel like it's going to happen. So I'm going to say somewhere around $150,000 by the end of the year, and
I'd be good with that. I'm going to hold Bitcoin forever, regardless from bullet bears.
No one's going to hate me for being right on that one, and yeah, I'm really excited. There's a lot that we're working on. Of course, like I cannot be it's a cop out for me to say paid, but like literally I'm the most excited about what we're building, because the fact that we're able to compare parachain and just everything that we're working on is so exciting. But I just saw this comment here about Animoca brands, and there's a project I mentioned a couple times, Pocket Arena, that we just started incubating, that Animoca tried to buy 2 years ago, and they didn't. These emoji games did not sell. So just tells you the quality of these developers and what they're building, and just to get into the whole yield guild games and the play to earn. And so very excited for that. And this has been an interesting week. It was really, really fascinating by what I learned. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate your time. This was fun. And
thanks for having me.
Get back to work.
It's great always, as always.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.